Hey folks, Jim Gray Wolf here. Okay, another one of my little mini videos. First thing I want to say is as I'm doing these are meant to be uplifting and instructive. However, we have to be aware of what's going on so we know how to deal with it. So if I bring in things that seem darker, they're not, or perhaps they are. But it's, in my mind, data or information we need to understand in order to dig into some of the problems. In general, I fully believe, as I've been taught for many, many years, we're going to do this. We've got this. Some of the prophecies actually say we've already won. The light wolf has won, and we will do this, and we will step into a new earth that's full of love and light and harmony, and most importantly, balance. However, if we, as human beings, as two-leggeds, don't do the work, we can still fail. I hope that makes sense. I know it sounds a little convoluted. It was to me the first time I heard it. Um, I think on this one, I really want to talk a little bit about how short time is. And again, it's not meant to be a negative. It is, however, meant to be instructive in how the heck we move ahead. Time is really short now. The prophecies have all said it. We see all the signs. I'll talk about the white buffaloes in a future one and some of the other signs coming up. Um, we're in it now. We're in the middle of the change. We're in the chaos. The weather's gone insane. In the last 3 days, there have been like half a dozen huge floods, 4 or 5 whole towns, cities around the planet that were completely destroyed, that were leveled, nothing left except debris. Several earthquakes, at least two of them in Canada in places they didn't usually happen. I've talked to some tribal people up there about those. So there's a lot of this going on. There's obviously conflict between we humans. What else is new, right? We're here to change that. All of us together, we can and we will. I truly believe that. However, with this short time, we don't have time to mess around. We have to work with those who are ready, and we can only focus on this main issue. What do we do to come together to create a new world, the next earth, that is in balance, that men and women work together, that the different generations work together, that love becomes the guiding principle, not greed and hate, all the other issues, doing individual healing work, working with small groups, going off and doing small little things here and there. There's nothing wrong with those. They're important. I've done them over the years. There's just no time right now. So anybody not doing the big work right now, in my opinion, and of many of the elders that I speak with, you just have to say, good luck, God bless. I hope you do well, because there's just no time. I'm personally experiencing it. Some people have walked from me because they're working on things that are much smaller level. Their choice, it's free will. There's others who I feel strongly about, who I'm very close to, who I'm doing and have been doing some good work with. But they're working on these, they're heading off into these smaller things or other interests at the moment. And so I need to separate from those. And if I have to go walk this next part by myself, people show up as we do this. We're all learning. We see who's concentrating on the big picture. And so I'm sure that will continue. Anyway, um, it's not easy. It's really not easy. And we all know that. However, it's just so necessary. If we don't solve this big one, if we don't stand up, unite, come together and make the changes and create this new earth, we're done. We're done. And denial does not help. There's too much of that going on, way too much of that. So those who have walked off to do their things of interest or whatever, again, wish them well and then let them go and do what needs to be done. The big question is How do we stand up together? And boy, that's something we all collectively have to come up with. I'm thinking of some of the examples back in history, some of the things I've lived through. Recently, Standing Rock, we stood up together, all very different. We stood up together and we started a movement that spread around the globe, not just Standing Rock, but other related protection efforts. And so that's one model we have there. But this is different. This is the whole world having to come together, having to turn our backs on our supposed leaders because they're not. None of them are. None. Zero. And come together and work together in harmony and fast. And I really think we can do this. I know we can do this. So please, for now, focus on big picture. I am, and listen to the earth. I'm going to say this probably in every video. Don't just listen to the earth, do what the earth is telling us. I had listened to some people just the other day talking about how, oh, we have all the resources we need on the planet for all the people and everything that happens. Things like that are just as bad as waiting and thinking that some other entity is going to come down and save us. They're delusional. We have limited resources on this planet. Okay. Not all of them, not some are renewable. The wind, the solar, hopefully will stay renewable, but some are not renewable. And so, kidding yourself, oh, there's plenty of places to plant. No, there's not. Not if it's desert or not if it's at 12,000 feet. There's too many people. I'm going to do a video on that. I'm not looking forward to that one, by the way, but that's a critical one. We have to work on that too. But really, there's just not enough. We've got to come up with ways beyond that. We can't sit there going, ho, 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 these people who think there's not enough, what fools are they? They're not. They're seeing reality. And both the spiritual road and science are affirming that. However, at the same time, once again, we do have the ability when we come together to make the kind of changes we need, not even changes, to rewrite how we live, to do this with love and understanding. Something I'm learning a lot about in the last year from multiple people, a couple of them very close to me. So let's focus now on big picture. Work with those who are focused on big picture. If somebody wants to go give somebody a massage, that's fine. Somebody wants to go talk to 10 people about what time the sun came up, also fine. But it's not the big picture. Some things contribute to working on the big picture, okay? Doing ceremony. I've always had the motto of action, education, ceremony, and prayer. To me, when you combine those, as long as you're pointed, focused on the big picture, how do we change the way we're living? How do we change our behavior? How do we give our relative from somewhere else a hug and mean it? That's what we got to do now. Please comment on these videos. I'm doing them because I want to hear from you. You don't even have to agree with me. Just comment and we'll have good discussion. Let's keep it civil. Let's keep it sane. Let's not come up with crazy stuff. That's not going to help anybody. But certainly let's comment and let's open discussion. I've already had some people ask me if I'd do some Zoom meetings, and I am more than willing to do that. So I will set up some Zoom times and we'll make them open discussion. We'll talk about any of these issues that we want, and we can just schedule them out. So please be feeling into this. I would say thinking, but right now we have to work in our hearts. I love you all. I love what we're doing. I love the mother. I love all the people on it. More especially, I love all the animals and creatures and critters on it. That's what we need to do now. Thank you for hearing me. Please comment. And yes, I will continue to do these. Some are already asking me, will you really do more of these? I really will. It's part of what I need to do right now. All right. You all have a good day, night, evening, whatever it is where you are. And I will do some more of these. Bye bye.